What comes to mind when you hear the word Rinpoche? Perhaps a respected monk quietly reading sutras, but that's just a stereotype. Balog Rinpoche breaks the mold. A true multi-hibernate, he founded a band that blends the Songs of Milarepa, a national intangible cultural heritage, with contemporary secular music. He's also a Thangka painter and fluent in Tibetan, Chinese, and English. But that's not all. He's also a living Buddha, a recognized reincarnation in Tibetan Buddhism. What sets the modern-day living Buddha apart? How is Buddhism being preserved in China's Xizang Autonomous Region? And how can ancient wisdom help us find balance in today's fast-paced world? I'm pleased to be joined by Balog Tenzin Dorje, better known as Balog Rinpoche. Balog Rinpoche, welcome to The Point. We've heard the term Rinpoche many times, but many of our viewers may not be very familiar with exactly what it means. I understand you are a reincarnated living Buddha here in Xizang, and there are over 1,000, even thousands of living Buddhas in the region. Help us understand exactly what Rinpoche means and what it means to be a reincarnated living Buddha.
Well, people have called me Rinpoche, Living Buddha, or Trugu more than 1,000 of times. I have read some articles about the term Living Buddha. According to historical documents, the word Living Buddha seems not a direct translation from Tibetan, but a Chinese word gradually formed in the process of Buddhism being localized in mainland China. The reincarnation system of Trugu originated from the Karma Kaiku tradition. The first recognized reincarnation was Rangchung Dorje, identified as the reincarnation of Kama Bakshi during the 13th century. Later, the reincarnation system was established in all major sects of Tibetan Buddhism. Basically, the supreme leader of each sect undertakes the certification of the spiritual successor of a Trugu, following a complete set of traditional religious rituals and historical conventions. The process involves rituals like absorbing visions in the secret lake, searching candidate child, confirming the recognition, and holding the enthronement ceremony. But all must be carried out with the approval of the local government.
I see. Well, you don't seem to be the typical living Buddha, because I understand you're multi-talented. For instance, you are very talented in music. You started a band which consists of people from different ethnic groups, and you are a inheritor, the 42nd inheritor of a music tradition called the Songs of Milarepa. Yeah, if I pronounce it correctly. How do you manage to avoid limiting yourself? And by the way, you drink coffee as well. How do you avoid limiting yourself to the limitations, to the roles of a stereotypical living Buddha? And maybe you can start with telling the story of the band.
I think this must be closely related to my upbringing. Unlike many Trugus who grew up in the monasteries, I benefited from a combination of family education and academic schooling. In addition, studying Buddhist scriptures, I also took language and painting classes and participated in many extracurricular activities, so that my whole personality and mind are different from those of monks in living monasteries. In 2014, an intangible cultural heritage report and performance was held at the Xizang Autonomous Mass Arts Center. And because my solo singing seemed somewhat monotonous, the Dharma band was temporarily formed composed by guitar player Lhasa and other members. The performance was well received by attending officials, experts, and audience. Seeing how people connected with our band's version of Milarepa's song, I realized that this could be a good way to keep this tradition alive and share it widely.
I see. I'm very interested because this term Song of Milarepa is very new to me, and also I understand you are inheritor of that. And there's also this term of Gulu, which is a very special term for a lot of people. Could you help us understand what exactly do these terms mean?
In Tibetan, the word guru consists of gur and lu. Gur stands for spiritual songs and lu for folk songs. As the name suggests, Milarepa Guru was created by the great Kagyu master Milarepa himself. Its content perfectly shows the essence of Kagyu teachings and his own enlightenment. Back in the 15th century, all these songs were collected and compiled into the 100,000 Songs of Milarepa, which has been translated into different languages and spread worldwide. As a valuable and excellent traditional Chinese culture, in 2021, Milarepa Guru was officially listed as National Intangible Cultural Heritage, which means that our inheritance work is moving towards a larger platform.
You are a living Buddha, Rinpoche, and you practice Tibetan Buddhism. In your daily life, in your practice, is religious freedom protected in Xizang?
I have witnessed and experienced the three Dragung Kagyu monkey ear teachings that have been restored since 1992. In 2016, over 600,000 followers from across China gathered at the front lawn of Dragungtil Monastery. I was extremely impressed. Such a grand occasion would even make me feel like I had traveled back more than 850 years to the same place where Lord Jigten Sumkun was giving teachings to his 180,000 disciples. As we know, Master Atisha once traveled to Nyetang, where the Xizang Buddhism University is located, and the glory of the post-dissemination period of Tibetan Buddhism began. 1,000 years later, Nyetang has ushered a brand new dissemination, again guided by the party's ethnic and religious policies. Over the past 14 years, with teachers from different Buddhist traditions and faculty members working hand in hand, the university has cultivated batches of outstanding monks and nuns. Both the grand occasion of the monkey ear teachings and the achievements of Xizang Buddhism University demonstrate the superiority of the party's ethnic and religious policies.
Rinpoche, you actually studied the art of Thangka from Xizang University for almost a decade. I understand this is a traditional Tibetan art form where people paint on fabric, very often of religious content, but also of other content as well. Thangka has been inscribed as an intangible cultural heritage both in China and by UNESCO. Do you consider yourself an inheritor of this traditional art form?
Yes, as I mentioned earlier, I got different education from those monks in the monasteries. When I was around 14, I began studying Thangka art under the famous Norbolinga mural painter, Mr. Galola, and later improved my Thangka skills under Professor Dembara. In fact, my seniors know that although I have completed the line drawing stage, my coloring skills still need to be improved. Therefore, instead of calling myself an inheritor, I am more like a lover and practitioner of Thangka.
Rinpoche, are your students mostly nuns or monks, or are there other ordinary people as well who are interested? And do you notice a growing interest, especially among young people, for Thangka?
Currently, most students are Han Chinese, so I've planned to establish a Milarepa Han Tibetan Cultural Exchange Center, which is being applied for and prepared. Under this center, my students and I can carry out projects such as the Milarepa Museum, translation of ancient Buddhist scriptures, Thangka study trips, and the Songs of Milarepa Guru performances, so as to promote ethnic exchanges, communication, integration, and the protection of inheritance of intangible cultural heritage.
Finally, Rinpoche, in recent years there has been a surge of temple tourism in China, especially among young people who may be frustrated with their daily life. So what kind of advice would you give them on how to find happiness or balance or peace of mind? And how can they work and cultivate the ability to be happier?
We often call these young as 年轻气盛, young and vigorous. Many of their troubles are due to excessive attention to their behavior of others, or too much thought of changing the world, so that once unexpected changes happen, they will be disappointed or afraid of many people and things in the world. Buddha taught us to focus on our own growth. As he said, purify your own mind. It's like Shantideva's famous saying in the way of the Bodhisattva, where would I find enough leather to cover the entire surface of the earth? But with leather soles beneath my feet, it's as if the whole world had been covered. When we work as ourselves first, everything falls into place. We stand on our own feet and actually benefit sentient beings. Sure, people of all ages visit temples and burn incense, but that's just a formal need. And whether you can obtain happiness or not depends on your own ability to break through ignorance. The so-called practice refers to the exercise of this ability.
Balog Rinpoche, thank you so much for sharing with us these words of wisdom.
Thank you. Tashidele.
Jashdele.